Good morning students. In last video we have discussed about up to the Ohm's law, that is we have discussed about charges, conductor and insulators, potential and potential difference, electric current. Theoretically we have discussed about Ohm's law. Now we will do it experimentally. Here you can see the circuit diagram. In the circuit diagram we have connected a battery through an ammeter as well as a voltmeter, and this is the rheostat we have connected over here. Rheostat is actually that device from where we can change resistance. We can increase or decrease by pointing the pointing factor. Here is the voltmeter which we have connected in parallel, and voltmeter is that device which will measure particularly the potential difference in the circuit, and this is the ammeter. Ammeter is used to measure the electric current. So by changing the resistance in this circuit we can alter ammeter reading, that is the current, and the voltmeter reading. And if you will note the together the reading of both, that is ammeter and of voltmeter, we can draw the characteristics, that is IV characteristics of a particular conductor, and by that we can have an idea what type of the conductor is. In this conductor the current range is high or low. Clear students? It is a good conductor or it is a bad conductor. Next we will discuss about the factors affecting the resistances. There are different factors like length of the conductor, area of the cross section of the conductor, nature of the material, and the last one is temperature. Let's go to the first point, that is length of the conductor. If you will, as you know that resistance of any conductor is directly proportional to the length, that is if the length of a conductor will increase, resistance also get increased. For example, long wire have high resistance and short wire has less resistance. Next topic is area of the cross section, and the resistance depends inversely on the area of the cross section. That is, if the area of cross section increases, resistance of that particular material, that particular conductor decreases, and if the area of cross section decreases, resistance will get increased. Clear students? Let's go to the next point, that is the nature of the material. Nature of the material stands for if the material is good conductor, it's a insulator, it's a semiconductor. That is, for conductor, if we have same two wires having similar diameter, similar length, then how can we decide it would be resistance high or low resistance material? For example, if you have nichrome wire and copper wire, nichrome wire resistance is 60 times more than of copper wire. Clear students? Next is effect of the temperature on the resistance. Effect of resistance, that means if we will go on increasing the temperature of any material, that means by heating or some other methods, then for conductor the resistance increases, and if we will decrease the temperature then it will decrease. Clear students? Resistance of alloys like manganese, constant, nichrome, it's almost unaffected by temperature. That means there will be no effect of temperature on these materials. Clear students? Next term we will going to discuss is resistivity. Again here you can see the prefix ITY, that is it's actually a property, it's actually a study. Resistivity of any conductor is directly proportional, as you can see here, on the length, as well as resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. And if we will combine both terms, then we have resistance is directly proportional to L divided by A. This is the proportionality constant, and if you want to remove it, then we have to use a constant here, and the constant used here is rho. This is the constant and stands for the resistivity of the material. And if you want to calculate the resistivity, that is rho, here A is in ratio, then we will have R multiplied by A, and here L is in multiple, therefore it will be in division. Therefore the resistivity of any material equals to RA divided by L. Now we will calculate it theoretically, mathematically. Suppose resistance is in terms of specific resistance. Specific resistance may be called as resistivity. If you will take the area of cross section as 1 meter square and length of any conductor as 1 meter, then the resistivity equals to R. That means specific resistance or resistivity of a substance equals to resistance if 1 meter long wire and 1 square meter in cross section. Here you can calculate the unit of the resistivity. Resistance unit is ohm, area unit is meter square, again length unit is meter. Here is the 1 power and here is the 2 power. So 1 power will be cancelled out. Therefore the resistivity unit is ohm meter. Students, unit of resistance is ohm and of resistivity is ohm meter. You can denote it by ohm meter. Clear, students? Now the next topic is combination of the resistance, and I have discussed it earlier by the syllabus that we can combine the resistance by two ways, that is in series or in parallel. Clear, students? So let's go to the topics one by one. First we will discuss about the resistances combined in any circuit in series. Let's continue. Here you can see in the diagram we have connected two wires end to end. This is the symbol for the resistance zigzag path, and this is the first resistance, this is the second resistance, or you can say there are two wires and we have connected first end of first wire to the joining or starting one of the second wire. Therefore these two materials, these two wires when connected end to end are called by series combination of the resistance. Let's take a number of resistance R1, R2, R3 and so on, and we want to connect it in series, then we have to connect all by end to end. Therefore the effective resistance in the circuit will be R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, that is all together will join. Therefore the resistance get increased. That means if we are connecting the resistances in series, that means we are increasing the resistance, and if the resistance got increased, that is current will get decreased. Clear, students? That means if you want to decrease the current, we need to connect all the resistances in series, all the devices you can say in series. Now we will calculate the effective resistance in series combination. Here is the series combination. These two resistances are connected in series. Suppose V1 is the potential difference for the first one and V2 is the potential difference for the second one. The effective resistance will be denoted by R. This is the potential difference applied through the battery. Therefore the total potential difference will get divided in the series circuit, that is V equals to V1 plus V2. By Ohm's law, you know that V by I equals to R, or you can say V equals to IR. So, for the first one, it would be V1 I R1, as the current remains same in the circuit. V2 equals to I R2. Now you can replace or you can place the value of V1 and V2 in the first relation, that is V equals to V1 plus V2. Now put the value of V, that is IR, V1 that is IR1, V2 that is IR2. Now taking out the common of I from this relation, we have R equals to R1 plus R2. And if you have two resistance, and if you have a number of resistance up to n, then the resistance becomes R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus and so on Rn. That is, you can say here the resistance got increase in combination, that is series combination. Clear, students? Now we will discuss about the next combination, that is parallel combination. And in this combination, if you have two or more than two resistance wire, then we will connect all them through the common ends, that is by one and all of the same resistance wires, and to the other same again end. Here the resistance get decreased, that means by the reciprocal, that is 1 by R equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. Let's see how. You can see here we have taken two resistance wire R1 and R2. For the common end we have connected both of them, and this is the I current flowing in the circuit. V is the potential difference. As you know, in parallel potential will be same. This is the I1 current and this is the I2. Current will get divided from I to I1 and I2, and from here again by joining we will have a current, that is I. This is the potential difference by which we have connected through the battery. This is the positive terminal of the battery and this is the negative terminal. From here we will take the relation I is actually dividing. So we will start from the relation I equals to I1 plus I2. From Ohm's law again V equals to IR, or you can say I equals to V by R. Therefore, use the relation for I1. I1 equals to V by R1 and I2 equals to V by R2. Then we will have V by R in first relation, I V by R, I1 V by R1, I2 V by R2. Therefore, it becomes, by taking the common V, it would be cancel out. I 1 by R equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Therefore, the resultant of the two resistance in reciprocal, I hope you can understand. 2 means 2, and if we are putting 1 by 2, that means 0.5, that means decreasing. Therefore, if the resistances are connected in parallel, the resistance got decreased. Here we have taken two resistance. You can do the same by taking n number of resistance. Then the relation would be 1 by R equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on 1 by Rn. This is whole about the resistances in series and in parallel. About the next topics we will study in next videos. Okay students, study hard. Goodbye.